What if the life you're working so hard to build is not actually yours? That question hit me at the meeting room at work, where around 50 people had gathered to say goodbye to a retiring colleague. And what I saw in the room left me with a question I think all of us need to ask before it's too late. So let's talk about that, my friends. In INSPIRO, our cozy virtual cafe bringing us a quick dose of daily inspiration. And as always, we're here in a real cafe with the soft cafe noises, the little voices, the small sounds that make it feel real and warm for you. So take a coffee, take one breath, and let's talk about something that really matters. Today I'm serving you an espresso episode, 5 minutes, one idea, one small thing you can try tonight. Because here's the danger. Most people do not choose the wrong life dramatically. They drift into it. One meeting at a time, one deadline at a time, and one I'll think about that later at a time. And that is why it's dangerous, because it doesn't feel dangerous. It feels responsible, productive, feels like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and your calendar gets fuller, your inbox gets fatter, you become very efficient at moving, and one day you look up and realize, I've been moving a lot. But have I been moving in my direction? That was the feeling waiting for me in that room. It was the middle of a normal workday, a meeting room, a big V-shaped table. People sitting around it, some of them standing because there were not enough seats. And around 50 people came to say goodbye to one colleague entering retirement. And honestly, that already tells you something. Because getting 50 people into one room at work is not a small achievement. Usually, even finding one meeting slot feels like an advanced leadership course or a mild miracle, right? I came there simply to show respect. That was it. Just to honor a man I have been working with closely, a man I had gone through a lot with, and then he started speaking about his working life. And while he was talking, I had this strange realization. You cannot fit 50 years of work into one speech. You cannot fit the pressure, hard seasons, learning, loyalty, mistakes, friendship, invisible effort, days that change you quietly. You cannot fit a working life into a few polite minutes and a piece of cake. And then I looked at his face. And that was the moment. He was deeply, deeply touched, deeply grateful. You could see how much it meant to him that so many people had come. Not because they had to, because they cared. And suddenly the room changed. It stopped being just a retirement gathering, it became a mirror. Because when I looked around, I didn't just see co-workers, I saw colleagues and friends. People I genuinely care about and who cares about me too. And that is when something became very clear for me. For me, the most meaningful part is people. It's seeing people grow. It's seeing people become stronger, wiser, more capable versions of themselves. If you never get clear on what matters most to you, routine will decide for you. It just hands you a full calendar, respectable title, a lot of responsibility, and a life that looks perfectly reasonable from the outside. And then one day, maybe in the room like this one, you feel the uncomfortable question. Wait, what exactly have I been building? That was the twist for me. I came here to honor someone else's path, but I left asking myself a harder question. Am I clear about my own? Because to avoid living someone else's life, you need to understand what path is truly yours. And to do that, you sometimes have to look up. Not just at your feet, but where you're actually going. So here's the one small thing I want to leave you with today. Let's call it last day at work meditation. Sit down, close your eyes, and tell yourself, on my last day at work, I want to see that and then wait for your unconscious or conscious minds to answer. That's it. No need to suddenly disappear into the forest and return as a wiser person with expensive hiking shoes. And then, after that, write it down. Maybe it could be I helped people grow. I built something meaningful. I stayed true to what mattered most to me. I didn't spend my life on autopilot. I had the courage to follow what was mine. Whatever your answer is, let it be yours. Because one day, there really will be a room. There will be people. There will be a final chapter at work. And long before that day comes, you're already building what the room will mean. Thank you for joining me here at INSPIRO, your cozy little cafe, for this short 5 minutes episode, bringing you a quick dose of daily inspiration. And before you rush back into the rest of your day, maybe take one more breath and one honest look up. Because not living someone else's life is not always about making a dramatic turn. Sometimes it is simply about looking up in time and noticing where you're headed. Bye for now, and live a life filled with inspiration.